What is up, guys? Saints Banger here, and welcome back to the channel. And today we are going to be previewing Saints' upcoming fixture on Saturday against QPR. As you can see, Saints are sat 4th in the table after that impressive 4-0 win over Blackburn, and QPR are currently sat 22nd after a disappointing 2-1 loss against Sheffield Wednesday. Now, obviously, Saints have continued on their unbeaten streak, and I do expect that to continue on Saturday. QPR have had a decent run of form apart from that last game, 3 games and 1 draw in their last 5. But I do think with our squad and our confidence currently, especially, we should be able to get past QPR, score some goals, and most importantly, keep another clean sheet. Now, in terms of the lineup, I don't think there'll be too many changes. I think the goalkeeper and back four will stay the same. Bazunu in goal, Walker-Peters at left back this time, Bednarak and Harwood-Bellis, the 2 centre backs, and then James Bree at right back. I do think this suited us better overall, having Walker-Peters on the left and Bree on the right. We looked a lot more balanced. For me personally, we should stick with this back four for now. I know that obviously a lot of people do like Ryan Manning, especially on the ball, but for me, we just let in too many goals when he's in the team, and we look a lot more solid when we've got Bree and Walker-Peters in there. In midfield, there may be some rotation, but the 2 players I expect to start are Flynn Downs and Stuart Armstrong. Then there's a little bit of a fight for that 3rd spot with either Shay Charles or Will Smallbone playing. We could also see the likes of Aribo or Alcaraz come into that midfield as well. And on the right-hand side, it will be the main man, as always, Adam Armstrong. And on the left-hand side, there's probably going to be a little bit of a battle there, but I think personally that Edozie is going to be the starter. Obviously scored in back-to-back games and is really high on confidence. And personally, he adds in a bit more pace into the team. And also he's one of the only players that will get it and actually run at players. So I think he's quite crucial. We could obviously also see Ryan Fraser on that left side. But yeah, for me, Edozie gets that starting spot. And up front, I've gone for either Alcaraz or Aribo. For me personally, I think it will be Alcaraz. He's had quite a few rests recently, and I think Russell Martin will try and keep that front line fresh. We could obviously also see Mara or Che Adams get some game time, but for me personally, those 2 players will probably leave in January. So I think we should focus on players that are actually going to be here and help us for the rest of the season. So I think if I was going to hang my hat on it, the starting 11 would be Bazunu, James Bree, Bednarak, Harwood-Bellis, Walker-Peters, Flynn Downs, Stuart Armstrong, Will Smallbone, Edozie, Adam Armstrong, and Charlie Alcaraz. Now, in terms of some other questions moving forwards, one of the big ones is going to be, what does Russell Martin do with Jack Stephens? Now, obviously, he is the club captain. However, the pairing of Bednarak and Harwood-Bellis have looked very, very good. And I think it would be a big mistake to actually change that and bring Jack Stephens back in. Personally, for me, when you've got a settled back four, just leave it as is. If you get injuries or there's some tiredness, you can then freshen things up. But as a whole, just keep that goalie and back four nice and stable and try and build on those clean sheets. And like I did mention, Edozie has had a good time of it of late. 2 goals in his last 2 games, and he looks brimming with confidence. It'll be interesting to see when Sulemana is back, who's going to win that left wing spot. For me personally, Edozie probably offers a little more end product in terms of goals. But obviously, Sulemana offers that lightning pace. And yeah, I think teams naturally sit a little bit further back when Sulemana plays, which then gives the midfielders a bit more space to actually work in. And as every Saints fan knows, there has been a little bit of an issue in that striker area for us. We haven't really got someone that's nailed that spot down. So it's going to be an interesting thing to see when Ross Stewart comes back in. Can he be the regular number 9? Or perhaps one of the players that we've got currently can actually step up and really make that spot their own. And with January around the corner, obviously transfers is going to be a big topic. For me, one of the most important things is trying to keep hold of Walker-Peters. However, if we do get a very, very good offer, it's important that we actually use that to strengthen the squad. For instance, I know there's been a lot of talk of Walker-Peters going to West Ham and then us getting Ben Johnson and Danny Ings back from them. I think that would be an okay deal. The biggest issue is obviously injuries with the likes of Danny Ings. But for me, yeah, keeping hold of Walker-Peters and strengthening that forward area is going to be a real priority for Saints. Okay, guys, that's going to be all for today's video. Please make sure to like and leave any comments down below. And as always, guys, every sub is really appreciated. So if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, please do so. That's going to be all for me, and I'll see you next time.